plaintiff, Sarah DuPont, was friends with the defendant, and she loves the defendant's daughter, but she claims the defendant needs a Facebook intervention. Sarah says the defendant spends more time on Facebook than with her daughter, and she's suing her for rent and emotional distress. Defendant Ashley Sheffield says she's been friends with Sarah for a long time, and she cannot believe Sarah is saying she loves her daughter because she evicted the two of them. Ashley believes she was put out so Sarah could use her room to grow marijuana, and she's countersuing for emotional distress.
Start with you.
Your Honor, I love Ashley and her daughter Elia with all my heart, and I really think she needs a Facebook intervention. In the fact that Facebook intervention. She spends so much time on her phone, Your Honor, playing games, text messaging her friends, Facebooking, whatever, that it was to the point where her daughter was coming to me and my boyfriend trying to get,
Is there such a business?
I don't think so.
Because there needs to be one.
I know, so many people need it.
Facebook rehab.
I know. Right?
I get a lot of cases, 20-30% of our cases now involve Facebook. And these people are incriminating themselves. Their opposition, they say, hey, Your Honor, this is what they put on Facebook. Boom. Okay, case is over. And it's going to happen like that in court, too, that criminal court, when they get in front of that judge. And the prosecutor says, Your Honor, he says so-and-so. And the defense attorney, no, that's not true, Your Honor. He say, Facebook.
Right, pull it out.
So these folks need to be careful.
I was just saying, it just got to the point, Honor, where she's just spending so much time on her Facebook and text messaging and doing all this stuff where her daughter was coming to me and my boyfriend for, to get drinks or
food
rehab?
Or...
No.
You don't need rehab?
I think she
likes
does.
to tell stories.
Go ahead.
But it's just, we love Elia to death, and it's just, to me, I think that it would probably help her, just spend some more time with her daughter,
Her daughter comes to you guys and...
She's come to us, asking us for food and drinks and stuff that she knows that she wouldn't get from her mom, coming out and trying to get attention from us. I love that daughter, with all of my heart.
All right, let's hear from you.
Your Honor, I'm here today because Sarah had evicted my daughter, and who that she loves so much, out of her house so that her and her boyfriend...
How old is your daughter?
She's 3 now.
Why was she living with her?
We were living with her.
So she evicted you?
Yes.
How much your daughter?
Right,
How much she evicted your daughter?
Nothing to do with your daughter.
Evicted you? Let's get to this Facebook. You spend all your time on Facebook?
Right.
Your daughter's the only reason you stayed.
But she had evicted us because her and her boyfriend wanted to use our room.
We're going to get to the rent issue. Let's go there. She wants to talk about the rent immediately and the eviction. So what happened?
Well, she's been living with me since November 7th, 2009.
What was the agreement?
Originally, when we had agreed, we would agree.
What was the last agreement?
The last agreement me and my boyfriend all sat down with was $425 that her rent.
When?
We sat down in about January-ish, 2012.
All right, good enough.
January, February-ish, sat down and discussed, what we would, because I was downing her rent because now I was having my boyfriend move in with us.
Okay.
He had been living with us.
He had been living with us, but he had been staying with us.
Go ahead. Whatever
we
the
made an
issues
agreement
were then.
in January for her to pay me $425 a month. So I downed her rent so that she could.
Gotcha. And what happened with the rent?
Starting in March or April, her mom switched jobs, and so did I. Switched from an overnight shift to a day shift. So I was no longer, between her and her mother, we kind of provided rides for Ashley because she didn't have a car. So come March, April, she was stressing because she was going to lose her job because she couldn't get a ride to work because me and her mom could no longer provide that ride. So, we went and started looking for a car for her. So after looking for a car, we discovered that Ashley could not get a car loan. So I offered to put my credit on the line, and my dad was like, no. My amazing father stood up for me and he was like, no, I'll take, I found a used car for Ashley, a great reliable car for Ashley. I'll go ahead and put out the $3,000 and finance the car. So in May, she was like, I'm going to be a little short on rent due to the new car and everything that has to go into that. And I was like, cool, that's fine, you're short. So she shorted me $60 in May for rent.
You have a list of perhaps the months that she missed or the amount she missed each month? So 60 for May, 225 in June, 425 July, 225 August, 425 in September.
Yes, sir.
Ma'am, do you owe these amounts?
I did get behind on my bills, but after she evicted me and my daughter, I had to pay for a new place.
Why did she evict you?
Because she wanted to use my room for a grow room.
You don't think
Your
it
Honor.
had anything to do with rent?
Not if she loved my daughter me in that much. We had been friends forever. And yes, I got behind, but we sat down
5
and worked
months.
out arrangements to go
5
ahead
months.
for me to pay her and when I
Sure, she
could
never
pay
said.
So
her.
are you saying it was an illegal eviction?
Yes.
What are you saying?
She gave me a 30-day notice and then a 3-day notice. So then I had
Okay.
3
I
days
have
to
both
get
of
my
those.
stuff out, me and my daughter out, because she decided that she wanted to use that for a grow room.
Okay. And
Regardless of her. Okay, sorry.
you had not paid your rent, and she gave you a 3-day notice, and did you then contest that? Or
No,
you
I was-
moved on your own
I moved.
after getting notice of eviction?
Yes. The 3-day. There was a
It's used
30-day and then a 3-day.
Thank
As a friend, she had gave me 30 days, and I was like, that's fine, I can be out in 30 days.
Right, that's the amount of notice you have to give is 30 days, and she gave you that.
Then she gave me 3.
All right, but you had already had 30.
Right.
No,
But no, it
no,
wasn't.
sir.
No, she gave me 30, then 10 days later, she gave me a 3-day.
Okay, so she interrupted the 30
Yes.
day and said, I changed my mind. I want
Right.
to give you 3. All
was
right,
nice.
and the law typically requires 30 days to file eviction papers with the court. Now, how many days notice did you give?
I had, like she stated, I had originally served her an eviction notice September 16th for 30 days, and I had actually given her until October 20th. After, the irate attitude of her, and
You changed it to what?
on October, around September 20th, around the end of the month, I had gone and seeked out a legal, what I could do legally, and on October 1st, I served her a 3-day eviction notice.
You see, you have something you pointed to?
Do have to.
So they allow 3-day evictions in your state?
Have that too.
Where are you guys from?
Colorado.
All right, some states are different with regard to the number of days that notice is required. Colorado eviction notice. Colorado Legal Services, you provide the law. The first step in an eviction action for non-payment of rent is for your landlord to give you a 3-day notice.
That's what I was looking for.
Take a look. Your counterclaim for $1,000 is for what? How does she cause you emotional distress?
By evicting me before the technically the eviction that she
Okay,
had given
take
me
a
was
look.
up. I understand the law.
All right, well, you must not, because you just quoted it wrong. Have a good day. Judgment for the plaintiff. Your claim is dismissed.
Thank you. You know what? Whatever allegations
It doesn't
you gotta
matter,
make,
Sarah.
Whatever allegations you gotta make to make you feel better about me kicking you out of the house.
I don't
kicked
care,
you out
Sarah. It
because
has
you didn't
nothing
wanna
to do
talk
with
me.
money. You were
don't wanna talk-
heartless.
No.
You liked my daughter and loved my daughter so much, and my daughter went to you
It's
because I was on
called paying
Facebook.
rent.
No,
It's
Sarah.
called I helped
It's called
you
you
out with a
wanted
car.
the room for a grow room. Your
No,
dad helped me out
no.
with the car.
Yeah,
You're
my
full of
My family.
So?
I stepped out on the line
yeah,
for you.
so great
that
friend
my
you are.
family.
Who's
Thanks for
denying that, Sarah? Who's denying and saying you didn't help me out?
Yeah.
No one.
So why don't you think it's right to pay me rent?
I didn't
What
say
do
I didn't owe it to you.